I'm the Review Reviewer. You review it, I review you. This is my partner, Mr. It. Patreon-sponsored review today, Angry Video Game Nerd's review of Power Rangers games.
Angry Nintendo nerd, Atari nerd, Sega nerd, PlayStation nerd, Tiger Electronic wristwatch game nerd.
You laugh, but Tiger games are surprisingly good time wasters. And this parody of the original Power Rangers opening continues for, honestly, a little too long in my opinion. But to be fair, it is replacing the usual AVGN theme.
What do you get when you take Godzilla, Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Voltron, Saved by the Bell, and put them all together?
One of these things is not like the others.
Adapting a show that's crazy to begin with, and then making an American-Japanese hodgepodge, taking the insanity of both cultures and putting them together, may seem like overkill, but no. It went over big. In fact, in its prime, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was so popular, it was like the successor to Ninja Turtles.
Very dated, over the top, and so popular it still has incarnations to this day.
And of course that meant video games. Video games up the ass. It's so far up the ass, it would be impossible for me to play every one of them. So here's just a sampling of some of the Power Rangers games. And I'm counting on at least one of them to get my blood boiling.
You know, usually when a critic looks through a group of games, he's hoping that at least one of them is decent, not terrible.
The first game, released in 1991, is Super Sentai Jetman. This is based on the 15th season of Super Sentai, basically before Power Rangers came into existence.
Super Sentai made it to 15 seasons before Saban got to it? I thought it was like 3!
It does look cool, I'll give it that. But what's up with the jump punch? I am not a fan of jump punching. How do you expect to hit something like that? And why does one of the legs shrink?
It's the shading.
And listen here, it has the Zyuranger theme song. Zyuranger, Zyuranger, Densetsu no Senshitachi o Zyuranger.
I have never been more terrified at someone singing a Japanese song. And I've seen Trouble in Tokyo.
I will obey the traffic rules. Teen Titans! I will eat everything without likes or dislikes. Teen Titans!
You're just blindly swinging a knife around, like Michael Myers at the end of Halloween 2, the 1981 version of Halloween 2.
The fact that you had to clarify that.
A game called Megazord and Dragonzord play ping pong. It's Megazord and Dragonzord playing ping pong!
To be fair, this is the franchise that gave us this.
Red light now! The evil pizzas were no match for a simple stoplight.
Oh my god. Imagine if when the new Godzilla vs. King Kong movie comes out, if it's just them playing ping pong. Yeah, King Kong plays ping pong! And then fucking Forrest Gump shows up! Would you be disappointed? Or would it be the most historically amazing thing you've ever witnessed?
I would pay good money to see that.
But could you imagine if there was a Power Rangers NES game that took stages from the Japanese game and added American stages just like they did with the show?
Yeah, but that would take effort.
You start out in your regular clothes, then you power up in the Ranger suit. The only thing they slacked on was the Rangers all have the same exact body type, which is surreal to see Trini, for example, turn from thin to muscular.
Isn't that accurate to the show, though?
Then there's the Sega CD game.
Oh, you know it's gonna be quality!
Yeah, I had to double check that it was the Yellow Ranger because it looks more like the mustard shit-stained Ranger.
Either way, it's still yellow.
And when you run behind the buildings, they vanish from reality. But not completely. They become a shadow of their former existence.
You'd rather they stay intact, thus blocking your view?
It's a very spacious game. There's no hallways or boundaries to guide you around. If you run in any direction, it'll be minutes before something eventually blocks your path. How far do these boundaries go? I just keep running and running and running and running.
Whoa, 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 back up! What was that?
I just keep running and running and running and running.
What's the joke?
Next, there's an awkward Megazord fight where you battle against a semi-invisible monster.
I think it's supposed to be a slime monster.
It's bad, but in a boring way. I've seen worse. See, my standards are much lower. It's not making obnoxious screeching sounds. You don't die in one hit and have to start the whole thing over. It doesn't glitch so bad you can't play it. You don't have to drive a bus for 8 hours. It's not bright red and you have to hold it up to your eyes.
That's how you know when you've been at this critic thing for a long time. When a game has to really try to piss you off.
Take a look at the Rangers. Which one's your favorite? The dark green, dark green, dark green, dark green, dark green, or dark green Ranger? Mine's the dark green Ranger.
So Tommy was your favorite.
Fuck! Ooh! Now I'm angry. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Only someone with the name Angry Video Game Nerd can be happy about being pissed off. Overall, this was a fun look at the Power Rangers' early days in video games. If you're a fan of the show, like the nerd clearly was, this is a good one to check out. I'm the Review Reviewer. You review it, I review you. You sure about this?
I hope you know what you're doing.
So, you have accepted my challenge. You're either more brave or more foolish than I would have given you credit for. So, are you ready for your demise? So it is more foolish then. What? No!
What's going on?
He's closing the portal.
You idiot! A pocket dimension is like a safe. It can only be opened from the outside. You planned this. I'm going to enjoy every second of your destruction. What?
Oh, this is not good. Why? Without its means of ingress, the pocket dimension will deteriorate, along with everything inside it. Fuck!